This is a Ranger 101 22 rimfire that will shoot short, long rifle. And it was made by Savage Stevens for Sears and Roebuck for many years. And this is one of these guns that I picked up when I was working at a gun shop many years ago, when I was into learning to work on guns, doing metal work, doing stock work, finishing, all of that kind of thing. And there was, as I recall, a lot of issues with it. The stock cleaned up real nice. I just did a basic oil finish on it. The metal had some issues, so after I got that cleaned up, I did what from Duracoat was their diamond plate camo kit on top, and then I did something a little different down the bottom. I was experimenting, but if you want to get a little bit better look at that, now on the other side over here we've got this vent, and the safety, forward safe, back to fire. The knob here, this is a very interesting rifle in that you can keep this out and you load through the tube magazine and you can shoot it like any semi-automatic 22 long rifle. Or you push the knob in and you can use it as a single shot and load one at a time, or you can fill the tube and then you pull this out, cycle, and you can use it as you would a bolt action rifle. So you got a single shot, a bolt gun, or a semi-automatic in one package. How cool is that, with open sights? Now here, an old rifle does require old ammunition. So I've been able to dig up, I think this is the oldest box I've got, the Winchester Super X. Now, if you recognize the packaging on there, you know that box of 22 is as old, if not older. Nah, the rifle's going to be a little older. And these were sold at Sears and Roebuck. You could mail order catalog type of thing with them. There's some Sears 22 ammunition. Now here I've got a box of the shorts from Federal. The box is kind of falling apart here. This has got to be, it's quite old, but we're going to see how well it shoots. And just for grins and giggles, I also dug up an older box of Peter's 22 long rifle snake shot. CCI does it now where they've got like a little plastic shot cup. These are going to be the older style where it's just crimped right there on the top. Now the gun does work and it cycles just fine with CCI stingers, but with some of this older stuff, let's find out how well it does. So we're going to take our tube here, extend that out. You know, let's start with something kind of quiet just for grins and giggles. I'm real curious to see how these older Federal high powers are going to cycle, if at all. So we're just going to drop a few of them in here. We may need to do this like a bolt action or a single shot. Some of this ammo has got some corrosion built up on it. And by the way, when you see that kind of lighter gray on there, you don't want to be knocking that off and breathing it. You don't want that stuff in your lungs. But these ought to be really very quiet for hunting rabbits. So drop one more in there. I got my eyes on, I don't know that I need to put on some ears. I'm thinking these are going to be a very quiet affair. Guns on safe. Pull the knob out, pull the bolt back, and one's coming up right there. Let it go. And let's just see what happens here. Safe off. Oh wow, that is really quiet. And it's cycled. Yeah, see now that hung up right there. All the way back. Yeah, these CBs, the shorts, they're kind of hanging up. Let's do one more here. And nothing. Old ammo isn't all that reliable when it comes to the shorts. Couldn't tell you the year of manufacture on them. They're very old, but they did just fine. Now we want to try something. Well, let's move on to the Sears 22 copper plated long rifles. Pull 5 of these out of here. Now, having not shot these through this, I'm going to guess that these are going to work just fine. Those shorts were kind of working. I can see why they're hanging up. Maybe if I kind of pulled everything out of here, cleaned it up, put some dry lube on it, slicked it up real well, maybe those shorts would do a little better. But now for the Sears and Roebuck stuff, these are going to be a bit louder. I'm going to put my ears on for this one. Beautiful. No shot. Really nice. Now, I'm real curious about these Super X. Let's drop 5 of these. I had to tape up the box. It's falling apart. Well, again, we'll do 5 of them. I think that's plenty just to give us the idea. Okay. Set that aside. Put my ears on. It's not terribly loud, but I'd like to preserve whatever I've got left of my hearing. Picked up the round just fine. This is just cool. I'm liking it. These older 22 rifles, man, you can't beat them for just inexpensive having fun. And when you come across old boxes of ammunition like that, grab them. They'll probably work. Now, I got to set up something to figure out how those. You know what we can do? Let's just let's do this. I'm going to try a couple of those snake shot just to see if they cycle. But that's the kind of thing where you really want to do like a pattern on a pattern board so you know exactly what's going on with those. But let's just grab a few of these, drop them into the tube, and let's just see if the gun will cycle. And then later I can put out a clean target and just see how they're going to do. Wow, that was weird. That is so soft. Yeah, it's not going to cycle it. So I could push the little button in and use the rifle as a single shot that way. And out it goes. Sears and Roebuck, Ranger 101. All right, just for grins and giggles now, I put up a clean shoot and see target, and I've got this box of older Peters 22 long rifle snake shot. So I'm going to stand back maybe 10, 12 or so feet. Generally, if you're using snake shot, it's a pretty short range proposition. So I'm just going to see how well they pattern at that distance. You know what? That works. If you want to carry something like this just for rattlesnakes out in the high desert or whatever you want to do, um, that would take care of business for you. Ain't that right, girl? Yeah, my Israeli Kanan. All the way from Jerusalem. No, not really. Born in Barstow. But this is one of those, you read the Bible? One of those dogs, the Kanans. That's what she is. Happy trails.